Hello fight fans, thanks for joining us at MMA Insider. Before we get rolling with today's news, show some love by hitting that like button and subscribing. Now let's uncover the latest happenings in MMA. Starting off, Dana White says anyone calling Islam Makhachev the best pound-for-pound fighter is nuts after UFC 302. Next, Dana White sounds off on the insane judge who scored the UFC 302 co-main event in favor of Paulo Costa. Lastly, Khabib Nurmagomedov shares a moment with Donald Trump at UFC 302. UFC CEO Dana White has bashed those who believe that Islam Makhachev should be considered the pound-for-pound best fighter in MMA when Jon Jones remains active. Makhachev made his third successful UFC lightweight championship defense against Dustin in the main event of UFC 302, but it wasn't easy. Dustin showed solid takedown defense and was able to do some damage on the 155-pound champion. In the end, Makhachev submitted Dustin in the 5th round via Darcy choke. Despite Makhachev's impressive run thus far, Dana isn't sold on him being calling the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. During the UFC 302 post-fight press conference, Dana White was dismissive of the idea that Islam Makhachev may have taken over as the pound-for-pound best fighter today. Here's what he said: "I think he's incredible. I don't think he's the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world." For anybody to call Islam the best pound-for-pound best fighter in the world when Jon Jones is still fighting is nuts and shouldn't be ranking in the pound-for-pound or doing any of the rankings ever, if that's what you really think. Jon Jones has never lost a fight ever. He's fought all the baddest dudes in the world. And then when you think about what pound-for-pound rankings really mean, he moved up to heavyweight and destroyed the best guy in the world. As long as Jon Jones is still fighting, active, and in the rankings, yeah, nobody is the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. UFC CEO Dana White believes Judge Dave Torelli has no business judging UFC fights. Torelli was at the center of controversy for his judging during the UFC 302 card this past Saturday. After 5 rounds of action, it was quite clear that Sean Strickland got the better of Paulo Costa. Judge Sal D'Amato only gave Costa 1 round, while Chris Lee saw a sweep in favor of Strickland. How did Torelli score it? 49-46 in favor of Costa. Dana was just as baffled as the fans and pundits who watched the fight. Dana White spoke to media members during the UFC 302 post-fight presser, and he laid into Dave Torelli for his abysmal score total for the co-main event. Here is what he said: "Insane, that guy should never judge a big fight again. They should kick him back down to the minor leagues and let him work on his judging. It's unbelievable how anybody who isn't an absolute lunatic could call that fight a split decision. I don't even know what to say about that. It's insane. That guy shouldn't be judging big fights." UFC legend Khabib Nurmagomedov shared a moment with Donald Trump at UFC 302 last night. Of course, Islam's achievement was incredible, but it was made even better by the fact that Khabib Nurmagomedov was there in his corner. Khabib has been there for so much of Makhachev's career, both in and outside of the octagon. So it was only appropriate that he helped coach him against a man who he has also fought in the past. In the midst of all the chaos, Khabib actually shared a moment with former US President Donald Trump, who was cage side. Hear what they said: "I know you're gonna stop all this Palestine war. We're gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop it." Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Your dedication and support fuel our passion to bring you the latest and greatest in the MMA world. If you enjoyed today's news, please give us a thumbs up and share it with fellow MMA fans. Remember to subscribe to stay in the loop with daily MMA updates. We've got a lot of exciting news, interviews, and analysis coming your way every single day. Your engagement helps us grow and serve the MMA community even better. Once again, thank you for being an integral part of our daily MMA journey.